And now for another edition of Tea Time with Dr. Whimsy.
Hello, my fellow broke aristocrats. Happy Wednesday. I apologize for looking a little verklempt. I'm still recovering from a very long Christmas here at the broke aristocrats house. And I'm just going to take a cup of tea before we get started. Take a sip. It's delicious. This actually, I was trying to remember what the name of a good, affordable, working class or broke aristocrat tea. This is Tetley. I got 80 Tetley tea bags at Smart and Final, I think is where I picked it up. And I think it ran me, I think they're about 20 cents a tea bag. If you buy a large PG Tibbs, which I have, 250 bags for 25 bucks, because I knew I was going to go through them. It was like 10 cents a bag, but excuse me, I did run out, so I ended up grabbing some Tetley that was on sale and this to me tastes exactly the same as PG Tibbs and might actually be a little bit more affordable. So if you're looking for a good tea that's not too expensive and you are a broke aristocrat, you want it to taste fairly good, I think Tetley is a good bargain in terms of taste for price. Okay, getting started with today's topic. Today's topic is kind of fun. It's a movie review. Yesterday for Christmas, I took myself to see Downsizing, and it stars Matt Damon, Kirstin Wiig, and Christopher Waltz, who I'm a huge fan of. For those of you who don't know Christopher Waltz, he's an Austrian actor who speaks French, English, and German. He was in Inglourious Bastards. He won an Academy Award, I believe, for his performance in that film. He's quite good. So the reason I wanted to see Downsizing is for obvious reasons. They kind of are, it's kind of a film that was inspired by the frugal living movement, minimalist, people who are downsizing, people who are trying to live below their means. That is the premise of the film Downsizing, with a little bit of a twist. So Matt Damon doesn't have a lot of money, his wife wants a nicer house, and so they decide to be part of an experiment where they downsize. And the experiment was developed by a Norwegian scientist who can shrink people to be just 6 inches. This is the premise of downsizing. So if you are smaller, then your grocery bill would be smaller. Your home, you wouldn't need as much feet, and so everything becomes cheaper. So you go and you live in this town of small people who have all downsized, and your money has more value. So now if you retire with $150,000, it's now the equivalent of $14 million because your home is 32 times smaller. Your food supply is 32 times smaller. It was a very funny premise that Matt Damon finds himself in this situation where he goes through the experiment, he becomes 6 inches tall, and then he has to live his life in this isolated community of little people. So what was great about this film is the symbolism of the film. It addressed all the different reasons why a person might be a minimalist, all the reasons why a person might be frugal. The scientist who develops the ability to make people small is concerned about the environment, and he's convinced that if everyone was 6 inches tall, then the planet would be able to sustain more people. So it's based on an altruism of frugal living, green living. Frugal Green Girl should definitely see Downsizing. It's a shout out to her. She's got a great channel. And so there's a lot of people who are downsizing because they want to get close to the earth. They want to live frugal, minimalist. So that is that whole population. And then there are populations of people who downsize because they're greedy. They want more money for themselves. And so that's why they downsize. And then there are foreign governments who, to punish people, downsize their political dissidents to make them weaker and smaller. So you've got all these various different people that are forced to downsize for various different reasons. If you do see the film, I can tell you that broke aristocrats, we are there in the sense that there are people who choose to downsize for the reasons that we downsized. and that is to live the good life and to take care of others and to treat everyone the way that you would want to be treated. There is a certain character in Downsizing who is a true aristocrat. And if you see the film, I think, and you know me and you know this channel, you're going to be able to figure out pretty early on who the broke aristocrat is in the film. And I think that she is the moral compass of the film. I think I gave a little too much away. Okay, so let me know what you think of the film Downsizing, starring Matt Damon, and about their take on the various different types of people who choose to live frugally, who choose to downsize, whether it's to live the good life, whether it's because they care about the environment, or simply, you know, is it greed? Are we trying to have more for ourselves by living more frugally? We have more money. You know, all the reasons why people choose to downsize get addressed in this comedy starring Matt Damon. I don't usually do movie reviews, but I would say if I was going to give 5 stars, I would give 4, just because there wasn't enough Kirstin Wiig in the film, and I absolutely adore her. All right, so thanks for sharing my tea time today. I try to do this every Wednesday now, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. So take care, everybody. Bye-bye.